once a while back, and waiting to go on, and there was a younger guy on stage, and he mentioned a term with which I was not familiar. He was talking about his pull-out game. He had a strong pull-out game. See some older people here with a strange look on their faces. I'll explain. Pull-out game, probably the earliest form of birth control. Requires lightning-fast reaction time, if you know what I mean. I had no idea, you know, so I got my phone out and I Googled pull-out game. And I read just enough to know I don't have one. As a matter of fact, at age 63, my pull-out game has become more of a fallout game. On top of that, my girlfriend dumped me. Yeah, I know. I should have seen it coming. I should have known. There was a 20-year age difference. So, yeah, she was 83. So, you know, people think, you know, an older guy, we don't know enough, we don't know a lot about tech. I'm a big tech guy, and I have always been. Yeah, I'm a big texter, text all the time. I only have one problem. The confusing thing in the texting is, do you know that the emojis that people put at the end of their text messages, a lot of them have double meanings? And you gotta be careful. The best example I can think of is the eggplant. You know, okay, he knows about the eggplant. For those who don't know about the eggplant, it represents something that is long, tubular, purple. All right, so use your imagination. So, I was at a buddy's house one night. This is before I knew about the eggplant. And we were sitting there watching TV, and another guy I know sends me a text message. And he says, hey Ed, why don't you come over to my place? And then he put that eggplant and that winky face, you know. Well, you know, what do I know? I don't have any idea what he's doing. So I said, well, I'll send him back, you know, my favorite thing. I sent him back an emoji of a donut. To which he replied in like a second, gave me one of those. I showed this to my buddy and he says, dude, this guy wants to put his eggplant in your donut. So I stand here as a witness to you tonight. If you ever find yourself in this situation and decide to go through with it, your life will change forever. And you're going to mess up your donut. Or something like that. So I was waiting to go on another show. In fact, this was just down the road in Kalamazoo. And one of the young comics came up to me and she said, Ed, I got some acid. You want to buy some? She was trying to sell me some LSD. I mean, who could blame her? I mean, I looked like a guy just waiting to buy some acid. Now, it's not my thing, but I want to be one of the guys, you know? So I said, yeah, absolutely, I will take some of that off your hands. And she said, great, how much do you want? And I said, look, obviously I'm just starting. Yeah, give me a pound.
Thank you for the kind introduction, and I thank you for your kind applause, though I recognize it for exactly what it is, which is pity applause, because I know exactly what you're thinking. Oh, an old lady, yeah. If we wanted to listen to Grandma, we'd go home and call her on her landline, wouldn't we? Send her an email on her AOL account. Ask her for that lemon cookie recipe that you love so much. Yeah, well, fuck you. I want you to know I'm just as funny as all these young comics you're going to see up here tonight. And in fact, I look out and I see you sweet young things out there, and I'm thinking, really, I'm no different than you. In fact, just like you, I still have a little visitor every month, too. Except I actually look forward to mine. It's called a Social Security check. Yeah. I'm still even on the pill, but I take mine to prevent unwanted heart attacks. Now look, I admit I'm old. I'm also a widow. And I have found the world has a very difficult time dealing with old widows. I went out to buy a new car recently, and the car salesman said to me, oh, can I interest you in this little 4-door sedan? I said, well, actually, I'd like to look at that little red convertible over there. He said, ooh, will the mister be joining us? I said, only if you brought a shovel. Seriously, what difference does it make? My money's green, the car's red, I want it. But, you know, I admit I miss having a man in my life, so I asked some of my young friends, where do you go nowadays to find a man? And they said, oh, whatever you do, don't go to a bar. All they are meat markets, just meat markets. I said, honey, right now my life consists of vegan potlucks, and half the people there are lactose intolerant. I'll try the meat market, thanks. But seriously, where does a woman my age go to find a man? There aren't many places. I tried nursing homes, but I found the families got a little prickly when they found a strange woman sitting next to the old guy's bedside, fondling his wallet. I mean his hand. Then it occurred to me, I know where there are thousands of men that would find me hot. But prisons have such strict visiting rules, so that wasn't going to work either. So what was left? Yes, even at my advanced age, that vast black hole in the cyber universe where the last shred of your self-esteem goes to commit suicide, online dating. So I go online and it said to post a picture and a profile. So I sorted through all my naked selfies. Oh, you laugh? Yeah. Well, I don't have nearly as many as I did. Apparently Siri turned me into the FBI for storing senior porn in the cloud. So I finally found a picture that Siri would find acceptable. And then it said to post a profile, and to be honest in the profile. So I wrote, strong, independent woman, seeks intelligent man for stimulating conversations, afternoons at the DIA, evenings at the theater, gourmet dinners. I had no hits whatsoever. So I thought, okay, I'll change that up a little bit. So I wrote, quiet, demure gal, seeks big, strong, take charge, man of the house type guy. I love to cook, I love to clean, I love to swallow, and I love to do laundry. Suddenly I had 100 hits. Who knew all those guys wanted their laundry done? But I mean, you know, geez, have you seen some of the stuff these guys are posting online? The one guy posts, lonely Jen, just buried my third wife. Geez, that makes me want to run right out there and become wife number 4. And the pictures they post. You've got 75-year-old men posting pictures of themselves without their shirts on. I'm thinking, Walter, you're confused. When women talk about abs, they want to see a six-pack, not a keg. Put your shirt back on, Walter. And my young friends say to me, oh, how's the online dating going? Have you gotten a lot of dick pics? Dick pics? Are you telling me that 75-year-old men are sending out pictures of their ha-ha and the boys out over the internet? I'm pretty sure there are laws against that. They say, no, everybody's getting dick pics. I can't even get a date with a guy named Dick. The closest I came to a dick pic was an email from a guy named Richard. You know, this is not working. Oh my God. But the one thing I have to admit, dating, you know, this new dating thing in 50 years, it's been 50 years since I was dating, there's all this different stuff now. You're uploading files and downloading pictures and you're texting and you're sending emails. But I have to admit, it does help a little bit. You kind of get an idea of, you know, who these people are before you actually meet them. And I was texting one time with this guy. We'd gotten along, you know, we got through a few emails and then we went to texting. And I thought, wow, this guy showed promise. He could spell. 2, 2, 2. There. He knew the difference. I was picking out China patterns. Anyway, we're sitting there one night and we're texting and he said, you know, before we go any further, there's probably something I should tell you. I thought, oh, great, you're the guy with the 3 dead wives. Well, I said, oh, what? And he said, and I'm not making this up, this is a true story. He said, I'm not circumcised. I said, yeah. Called me old-fashioned, but isn't that something you'd say for, I don't know, the second date, maybe the third? So I said, oh, okay. And he said, actually, I'd be curious to know your thoughts on male genital mutilation. I said, well, I guess it would all depend on what you did to piss me off. But, you know, I had a little luck with this dating, and I've come to the conclusion that really dating at 70 isn't all that different than dating at 17. For example, at 17, you wonder if he drives a cool car. At 70, you wonder if he can drive at night. At 17, you wonder if he's a bit of a hipster. At 70, you wonder if those are his original hips. At 17, you're very impressed with his 750 SAT score. At 70, you're impressed with his 750 credit score. And I'll leave you with this. At 17, you're on the pill. At 70, he is. I'm Kathy Ryan. Thanks for...
My name's Jimmy. I have to pee, but I can hold it. That's fine. I'm an adult. No, I'm joking. That's why I'm here. You ever walk into the men's room and catch someone making laser noises at the urinal? Because a dude just caught me doing that earlier. And I feel like he overreacted. Should I get my prostate checked? I brought notes because none of y'all paid to get in here. And this one's all over the place. I bought a new toothbrush. It's like there's a stranger in my mouth. It's exciting. I've been thinking about bacteria lately. All bacteria needs to thrive and survive is a warm, wet environment. So now I'm paranoid that my coffee pot has chlamydia. It won't stop dripping. And I've been fucking it, yeah. Yeah, that was me. I'm gonna open up a cemetery for people with OCD. It'll be alphabetical. Oh no, Aaron Andrews died. Dig him up. Everybody moves down one. You can laugh at that one. I don't think Aaron Andrews is here, so. Is it alright if I tell a penis joke? Can I tell a penis joke? You know, theoretically, this joke is about my penis. I'm losing, y'all. Well, this is a Democratic comic audience, sir. So, okay, here it is. I have a supernatural penis. It's a medium. My bank told me that if I sent them a picture, they would put that picture on a credit card. So I sent them a picture of a better credit card. I'm glad y'all laughed, because they didn't think that shit was funny at all. Mr. Bain, you can hear sarcasm in a letter. God, they sent a stamp for that. I went to the Speedway the other day, and instead of scanning my Speedy Rewards card, they scanned my library card. Now I gotta bring this Snickers back in 2 weeks. Nobody spoiled the ending for me. Last time I tried to eat a Snickers, my wife stopped me. Says, "Jimmy, don't eat that Snickers. You're not yourself when you're hungry." And we all hate the real you.
It's hurtful when you all laugh at like this. Found a mouse in my house the other day, so I went out to buy some mouse traps. I misread the package though. Instead of buying mouse traps, I bought moose traps. Now my house is filled with a bunch of dead moose. That's weird because we're in Michigan. Moose is like pussy. Grammatically. I mean, like, there's more than one moose. You call that moose, right? But you know, there's more than one pussy. You would still call that pussy, right? Right? I mean, you see a field full of moose, you still call it moose. If you're knee deep in pussy, I hope you're not talking about one pussy.
Oh, man. Took a minute there. Oh. I'm eating.
I'm sorry, what are you eating, sir? We're not eating anymore. We got a DJ Khaled in the house. So, they probably shouldn't say knee deep in pussy anymore, right? There's a lot of idioms out there. There's a lot of idioms out there that shouldn't be. They say a wash pot never boils. But, you know, if you throw it in the microwave, it sparks and shit. Don't try that joke at home. You might burn something. They say slow and steady wins the race. But, you know, unless it's actually a race. Then, you know, fast. They say people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. I say people in glass houses should probably shit someplace else. Or at least at night. You know. They say the dishes don't do themselves, but if you get blackout drunk first, they kind of do. They say once you go black, you never go back. But everything tastes good on a cracker. Don't try that joke at work tomorrow. That one might not go over too well. I am going to end with a little story. That might sound like I'm making fun of people, but I have the utmost respect of everyone I am about to talk about. And I am going to talk about the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin. You guys know it's been 12 years since Steve Irwin died? There are children out there who have zero idea who Steve Irwin is, and that is so sad to me. Do you guys remember when he died, how much that hurt? How much you hated? How much you wanted to kill that fish? The fish? The fuck? No, so angry, so hurt when he died. I saw the interview of the crew that was with him when he died, and his last words were, "I'm dying." And that made me sad. But I remembered it's Steve Irwin, and he had, you know, vivacity in his life, so he probably had it in death, so it probably sounded like, "Oh, I'm dying! Woo!" I mean, I was in Vegas when it happened. Y'all should have heard Vegas, the entire town, the entire city, when they heard the news, said, "Oh! Who had Stingray? Nobody? Nobody had, oh!" bet my daughter's college on that. They recently interviewed his widow. They recently interviewed Terry Irwin. And she said she hasn't thought about remarriage. She hasn't even dated since Steve Irwin died. Because she's already lived her happily ever after. Aww. Right? She said that because that was on Animal Planet, right? What she meant to say was, nobody can fuck like the guy that used to jump into the swamp and chase 25-foot fucking alligators. Just jump on there. Get on her! Get on her! Crikey! Can you imagine that guy in the bedroom? Crikey! 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 Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Borbos running to the stage. My name's Jimmy. I need a ride home.
You guys are good. Thanks for being here. I want to commend you guys on being a great crowd. That's what you're doing. You're being a great crowd. You're laughing well. That's what you're doing. You're sustaining. See, you did. That was great. You're sustaining laughter. You're letting it out. You're letting loose. You're having fun. You're going ha 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 oh hee ha 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 ha. Some of you are not. You're not catching it. That's fine. It's a good crowd. That's what you're sustaining laughter. Some people do not do that. Have you ever been a part of a group of people who are laughing like, ha ha, and then they're done, and they just stop immediately? Like, what is wrong with you? Can you not let go of what's happening outside these four walls for a couple minutes? You're like, ha ha, oh, my mortgage. I forgot. For 1 second, I forgot that I have a mortgage. I have a down payment due on a pontoon tomorrow. It's fucking winter when I bought it. That was stupid. Jesus. Oh, student loans. Shit, I still have those to worry about. Yeah. Same type of person that holds in a laugh is the same type of person that holds in a sneeze. You can put that on my gravestone. It's the exact same type of person. And you know who I'm talking about, too. Do I say bless you? You're the worst type of human. What do I do with you? You're like an alien that came to this planet. Oh, I saw one guy hold it, and I think that's how humans do it. No, you're a weirdo. You should let it out. I was doing a show one night, and I asked if anyone in the crowd did that, and one lady said that she did. I said, why do you do that? She said, well, I don't want it to spray everywhere. I was like, oh, well, clearly a squirter. That's what you want. Then her husband got pissed. He's like, hey, buddy, I do it too. And I'm like, that has to be how you guys met, right? That's 100% match on Tinder or Match.com. Yeah, we both go in public. We're weird. I asked him why he did it, and he said, well, once I start, I can't stop. And I'm like, first of all, that's just called allergy season. That's all that is. And secondly, that's also what I call a reloader. You just keep going and going and going. Yeah. It's good. You guys are with me, and then you're not. You're with me. Yeah, you guys are not heckling as well. I love that. I was worried at the beginning of the show, but now you guys are revved up and ready to go. It's good. I've never understood heckling. If you guys don't know what heckling is, where someone shouts something in a bad way at you and then ruins your hopes and dreams. That's what heckling is. And you guys are not doing it, which is great. It's usually a guy on a date with a girl and he's just sitting there angry that all the attention's not on him. He's just like, well, hey, people are laughing at him and if I don't say something to ha ha ha. He's saying if I don't say something soon, then he's gonna fuck my girlfriend. You suck! Like I've never understood why a person would feel the need to do that. I can't fuck all your girlfriends. It's not possible. I don't have the reload time. We just talked about it. I was doing a show one night, and I only give 3 warnings. Two. I give 2 warnings. That's what I do. I give 2. I'd be the worst baseball umpire. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I don't know sports. I know dinosaurs. If you guys need dinosaur facts, throw those out. T-Rex, short arms, fuck it. Right. That's true. Had feathers as well. Jurassic Park, incorrect. So I'm doing a show one night, and a guy is with his friends, and they just keep talking at this table. And I say, hey, can you guys please be quiet? And he's like, I'm like, all right. I move on. And then he keeps talking, so I say, hey, can you shut the fuck up? Because like I said, 2 warnings. I mean 3. And then he turns to me, and he's like, hey, We're a couple of Navy SEALs hanging out for a drink and a night out. You got a problem with that? No, I don't. I don't have a problem with you guys hanging out. I have a problem with you having a chip on your shoulder and being an asshole and thinking you have carte blanche to be an asshole and ruin everyone's fucking night. That's what I have a problem with. And it was very silent, just like this room is right now. Because you guys are all on the side of the Navy SEAL. Let me fill you in on more of the story. He shot a guy. No, I'm kidding. The story. So after my set, a friend of mine who also performed, he comes up to me and he's like, "Did you hear what happened at the table after you said that?" I said, "No." He says, "Well," his friend turns to him and goes, "Dude, why did you tell him that we're Navy SEALs? We're not Navy SEALs." And then he says, "I don't know, I got high and I panicked." So that is what transpired at that dumb douchebag table. I don't understand that, you know? It's lying. That's stolen valor. If you guys know what stolen valor is where someone pretends to be a part of the military and expect benefits from it. A lot of those guys that hold signs that say Vietnam vet, you've seen it, right? On the corner. They clock in at 8 a.m., they clock out at 5 p.m., they hop in a 2019 fucking Jeep, and you're like, "I thought that was expensive." Must be his brothers. No, he's a fucking liar. That's what he is. We've all seen that. Vietnam vet, father of 5, anything helps. Why is no one asking questions like I am? Anything helps? Let's get that guy condoms. 5 kids. 5. You had 5. You didn't realize after 1 that you're an unfit father? You had 4 more mistakes. Just roll out of 4 ladies? Is that what you did? Father of 5. Vietnam vet. Dude, you're 24. There's no discernible way that you fought in the Vietnam War, unless maybe you were stationed in your grandpa's balls. Maybe that is what. What gun did you use? A musket? You should go back to school. That's not even a fucking weapon. You know, just ask questions. You know? My mouth gets me in trouble a lot. That joke gets me in trouble. Yes. Tweeted this the other day, very excited. I tweeted this. My mouth gets me in trouble, my fingers get me in trouble as well. But you know, Twitter and Facebook and stuff. I tweeted this, very excited. I tweeted it, very excited. I said, albinos have the most white privilege. Yeah. Tweeted it, so tweet, better joke. So tweet, better joke, I like it. I got in trouble by the Albino Association. The head honcho, the boss man, whatever, he replies to me and he's like, "That is not a joke." And I'm like, some of you should lighten up, okay? I really wish he Facebook Lived it so I could see a single tear fall out of his pink eye down his alabaster cheek, but I missed the opportunity.